a sound mind, a lot insane. Come on! I ain't gonna preach too long. I ain't gonna take the service too far. My sermon this morning, hell to the long, long, long. Come on, come on. Hell no. To the long, long, long. Yeah, to the long. Hell to the long. To the long, long, long. Listen. Sister Anna, Sister Ruth, make sure that everybody get a seat. Come on, y'all. Sister Lily may go back in the kitchen, cause when they get through, we need to eat. How much is fix me collard greens and cornbread and rice, chicken breast, oxtails on the side. That's what I'm talking about. Deacon Underwood, get my business ready, cause when they get through, we need to ride. Come on! Dr. West, count the money, coming back and tell us what you raised. We ain't finding other people. I got some people there looking for some blessings. First, God gotta get the praise. Come on, y'all. See, there's an old saying, when the praises go up, you get the blessing coming down. I got some peoples in the church, God Almighty, look at them, they messing around. Come on. Woo! Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no. Listen. I got peoples in the church smoking weed, drinking whiskey, they drinking a lot of gin. What you say? I got the preacher with the night prayer meeting, talking about can I get an amen? Early Sunday morning, about 10:15. Yeah, I got some people, they coming off the street, God Almighty, look at them, they strolling in. They need help. They land at the altar, they confess to sin, their sin. Come on, wait. Time to see them Monday morning, they doing the same thing again. Hypocrite. Hell no. Come on. To the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no. Listen. Talk. Got kids dropping out of school, talking about they don't wanna learn. Yet they're standing on the corner rolling blunts, talking about come on, let's burn. Y'all better get back to school. I got kids walking up and down the street, pants hanging down around their knees. What was pants talk about that they're looking for a job? When I see them in the book, I said please. Talk to them. See all they ever talk about, brag about who got the biggest and the baddest guns. Trying to see the copper with the bullet top. They drop the gun, they wanna run. Put them guns down. Now the sheriff got them locked up. They sitting in the county jail. It's a shame. I heard the mama, she was crying all night. She can't get no money for the bill. Come on. Now the man with the homeboy, cause they didn't put the money in the commissary. Friends gone
team. Took a bullet for the dream that we would one day all be free. Free from prejudice, free from sexism, free from bigotry. I die for creativity. I die for freedom to be free. I died and left a legacy. Oh, but baby, I still live through technology. The sun will start shining. What is the pain? And tears the pain. And tears the pain. Just be patient. Your destiny will manifest. Yes,
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Everyone, hello. Hope everybody is doing well on this Sunday evening. As I am preparing myself, brainstorming, getting all my information, my statistics, everything that I need together in reference to the live that I'm going to be taking part in on Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. I think it's 8:30 Central Time, or whatever the case may be, where I will be on Black Men Unfiltered's network to further, or at least attempt to further, the conversation surrounding queerness and the obvious yet cringy homophobia that people know that they're projecting, but they're afraid to wear the sash and afraid to wear the crown and the label of queerphobic. Okay, shout out to one of the broskies, okay, Deshaun, who is a regular here on this channel. He and I had a conversation yesterday for about 3.5 hours, and he was just, again, Deshaun is the person who brings the information. He finds all of these articles and stories, and he's really on his investigatory, type of tip, which I appreciate. And he shared with me a story that we're going to get into. Okay, again, the links for what's going to be used in this live are in the description box below if you want to follow along with me. And again, just don't take my word for it. Study to show thyself approved. I feel that's one thing a lot of black people, especially a lot of black men, and especially a lot of insecure, toxic black men don't want to do. Okay, because if they were to do the objective truth, which means that despite what you subjectively believe and what your perception of life is, to actually look at the perspective, okay, of the human experience. And again, as the title reads, the destructive attempts that a lot of men, especially black men, will go to in reference to prevent their children from being queer. Of course, there are multiple accounts of this, especially from people who do have a lot of power and influence. We've discussed on this channel Blueface sort of reprimanding his younger son for not being in the living room watching big booty yeast infected ass strippers throw all type of goddamn cake dough around the living room. And because he did not want to see that, because he's young, he's a child. Remember, he's not a teenager, he's not a preteen, he's a child. And he was just trying to get something to eat. And allegedly, because he's not in again, stuffing his young ass face into these older women's asses, that he must be a fag. And like the sign, like the title says, you like that your son's a fag? Shut up, bitch. Okay? We talked about that. Of course, we talked about little Boosie badass who believes that he needs to be pushing pussy on his male sons, even having one of his sons receive fellatio from a older woman. So again, we understand, with especially the argument that I'm going to bring forth today, how y'all don't really care about all of children. You just care about heterosexual children, and you don't want your children to not only be queer, but to be educated about queer people so that they can grow up and do better than the previous generation, which is to humanize queer people. Okay? The same parents who are sharing these pseudo-ass fears about queerness are the exact same kids, I can bet, parents who when they were kids, they were sitting there bullying queer youth as well. Okay? And now that the queer individuals like myself and others who survived those horrible times, who didn't have any sort of healthy outlet or a healthy representation of queer existence in the world because we survived, we are simply trying to make the world better for the queer youth as well. And we see that a lot of black people, especially black men, don't want that to happen. So I hope these niggas on Black Men Unfiltered are ready, because baby, I am not going to show up in the same energy that I did before. I'm going to show up in a more assertive, masculine energy, and I'm going to do the best I can to attempt to have the conversations. Okay? Which is why I do all this content, so that people don't have to be ignorant, but they choose to remain ignorant. But before we get into that, what's going on, Style by Stevie? I hope all is well. We got King Ron in the building. All right, Ron says, this reminds me of a video I commented on yesterday on Facebook. It was a clip from the show Pose, where one of the characters revealed to his father that he was gay, and the father started basically beating the hell out of him. Okay, even I shared my experience when I was younger, when my father saw an objective possibility of his son being queer, that the response was very aggressive, very almost kind of violent in a sense. He didn't really put his hands on me for real, but he shook the fuck out of me. But it was a very fear-based response. And because I've had this conversation with my father, which I've said I've talked to both of my parents and did a whole live going down their journey of accepting queer children in their lives, that my father was afraid of, for me. He was afraid that I would go to hell because I'm queer. He was afraid that if he was to accept his queer son or his queer children, that would compromise his ticket into heaven. And most importantly to him, above all those other things, is the fact of what are other black men going to think about me and say about me as a father, that I failed somewhere, that my wife was overbearing, that I didn't do a good job, if I would have put my son in sports, or hell, if I would have beat the shit out of my son. But we're going to see with the article that I'm going to share in my argument tonight, this evening, that there are even more destructive attempts besides physically beating your children to beat the gay out of them. Okay? If we're going to have, that's why I said, y'all fucked up when y'all had BubzDaGawd, when y'all invited BubzDaGawd on the platform. Y'all messed up when y'all allowed me to come onto the platform, because now I'm going to hold the black community accountable, especially when they came out of their mouths and said that they want to continue the conversations, okay? Stevie says, scratching my head, I just seen that. Why? Another Blueface situation. We need to talk about the hyper sexualization of black boys. Mind you, person who posted was African as well in the comments, and I believe in homophobia. They believe not. Okay? No, it won't. You're supporting your child. Love is the answer. Dolly Parton said it's best we're all God's children. Yes, we are. But there are some people who have their own interpretations and their own perceptions on it, which are very destructive. So today, the first article we're going to get into, or the first thing that I'm going to bring to the forefront, is this. Okay? Oh, let me remove this here. Boom. Okay? This is Sean Cole and Khadijah Moore that was convicted of raping an 11-year-old boy in Alabama. Now, this is 5 years ago, mind you. But the same ideology of what a lot of parents out of fear, especially black men out of fear, will do to prevent their children from being queer. So if you want to read along with me, you can. The article is in the description box below. The article reads, Alabama dad has girlfriend grape autistic son over fear he was gay. Okay, again, this is from RollingOut.com. And the article reads, fear of the sexuality of his son caused the man and his girlfriend to be charged with grape in Huntsville, Alabama. According to media outlet ALOT.com, Sean Cole had visitation with his autistic son in Alabama. The boy, who was 11 at the time, mind you, traveled from his home in Georgia, where he lives with his mother. At some point, while he was with his son, he caught the boy in sexual activity with another boy his own age. The father was highly upset and had his girlfriend, as you can see on the screen on the right, Khadijah Moore, help him with a sick solution. According to prosecutors, to break his son of his gay tendencies, he had Moore have sex with his son. During trial testimony, it was stated that Moore graped, sodomized, and inappropriately touched the child and forced the child to perform sex acts on her. When the young boy returned back home to his mother, he began to ask unusual questions about sex. His mother pressed him for more information, and he revealed that what happened during visitation with his father. The mother immediately drove back to Huntsville and filed a police report. Police arrested and charged Cole and Moore in January 2017. Cole has been in the Madison County Jail since his arrest with a bail of $750,000. Moore jumped bail and is considered a fugitive because she did not show up for trial. A warrant has been issued for her arrest by the judge in the trial. On Tuesday, a Madison County jury convicted Cole and Moore of grape, sodomy, and sexual abuse of a child younger than 12. Each face up to life in prison. Sentencing is May 24th at 11 a.m. Now, also again, shout out to Deshaun, my broski. He ended up sending me, I believe that the Breakfast Club ended up doing the Donkey of the Day, and they ended up using this as the story for the Donkey of the Day. And again, it was 5 years ago. Deshaun ended up sending me some of the screenshots of some of the comments that are buried underneath. I'm trying to pull up on Instagram here. On that actual platform. Okay? And I'm going to read to you some of the comments, okay, that were underneath the Donkey of the Day regarding this actual situation, and also how the energy was a lot different, okay? And we're going to read some of these comments, all right? The first one says, my uncle did the same thing to me, but not because he thought I was gay. I was 12 and he thought it was time for me to lose my virginity. So he had the younger sister of his girlfriend seduce me, okay? Another one reads, what a dad. I love him. Another reads, Dad of the Year award goes to him. Okay? Let me see. Cause I'm scrolling down Instagram, y'all, these screenshots. Okay, I already read that one. Okay, now these are some comments that actually made sense to me. Someone said, to legally drive a car, we need to study a manual, take a class, pass a written test, and pass a road test. To raise a child, no manual, no class, or no test. The most important job of a parent. Even though queer people, according to a lot of other people, are not qualified to be a parent. Even though they are actually doing the work because they want to be better than the parents that they had that treated them like shit. Okay, someone else said this, and this is very important because this is going to play into the next piece of evidence that I'm going to use in this argument. Someone says, so a preteen teenage boy has sex with an older male. Oh, hell no, to the no. Everyone loses it. A preteen or teenage girl has sex with an older male. Oh, hell no. To an extent, and still everyone loses it. A preteen teenage boy has sex with an older woman. Oh, hell yeah. A preteen or teenage girl has sex with an older woman. Oh, hell yeah, times infinity. Let's see what else the comments were saying down here. Excuse me. Okay. I'm scrolling, y'all. Okay. Someone else said this. This is crazy how we just normalize homosexuality. There's nothing okay with being gay. What does it say? Because that thing is in the way. I can't blow it up. Why should, here we go. Why should people be forced to like something they don't want to? Just like you have the right to be gay, I have the right to say that that shit is nasty. Why should I be judged for not agreeing with someone's actions? Am I wrong for having my own opinion? Okay. Someone else said his son is lucky as fuck. Wow. Where is this at? I'm still looking, y'all, because it's a lot of screenshots, and I'm looking at this on the computer, not on my phone. I should have done my phone. It would have been better. Let's see. This is the one that I feel like, especially in the black community, and especially with Christian organized religion type of perspectives. It says, this is messed up, but really, I understand what the dad was trying to do, because I'll do anything, and I do mean anything it takes, to keep my son from being gay and going to hell. So again, those type of viewpoints are still alive and well. Even though this shit is 5 years ago, we still see, okay? We still see the mindset going on. Again, Blueface. Again, Bootsy. And even some of the men on Black Men Unfiltered, I believe I heard someone say that if their child was to come out as trans and they didn't do any sort of drug therapy or any sort of surgery, but simply wanted to wear hair or wanted to wear makeup or all these things that societally gives the role to women, would you still be okay with that? Because the makeup can come off, the eyelashes can come off, the clothes can come off. And someone said, I would beat the shit out of my child for that. Okay? Let me read some of y'all comments before we move on to the next part, okay? Let me actually change the song up if I can. Let's do this one here. Okay, let me read y'all comments. Stop by Stevie says, Carisha Young, Miami, and Kevin Hart and Tracy Morgan, I hope you're paying attention because y'all said y'all would beat y'all child if y'all found out if they were gay. Ron says, Jesus fucking Christ. If you don't want your children, then seek someone that is willing to take care of them, not abuse them. And it boggles me is when they don't show remorse or smile like it's funny. Both of their asses can rot in hell for traumatizing this 11-year-old. I can only imagine the comments, and I read some of the comments. It's behaviors like this is why I kind of get why sellouts act the way they do towards their own people. The next one we're going to do, because again, this is just going to prove that y'all say y'all care about children. No, y'all need to be honest. Y'all care about heterosexual children. That's it. You don't care about the queer children at all, okay? These are the HodgeTwins. Now, no shade, I grew up watching the HodgeTwins before they started grifting and all that other type of shit, because me and my sister would watch their stuff and the way that they talk and how they interact with each other. It's funny and it's hilarious. So in that regard, I will give them their roses, okay? But they ended up doing a video, again, 5 years ago. And in this video, okay, and I'm going to read it to you, the title of it. Father hires strippers for son's 12th birthday party. Okay? This boy is not 16, 17, 18. This boy is 12 years old, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to actually get into that video now. Listen to this.
Yay! Millionaires. A lot of times they got a lot of money, they don't know what to do with it. Hey, man, they drive the economy, man. You need them millionaires. You need them whales. Yeah, out there dumping all that cash in the economy, creating jobs. Yeah, you need them whales. You need them millionaires. Yeah, but anyway, this one millionaire, it was his 12-year-old son's birthday. I bet he got him some good gifts, man. Yeah, he got him a big surprise, threw a little party for him. Yeah, we ain't get nothing for our 12th birthday. We was poor. Yeah, right. I remember for our 13th birthday, man, we didn't have nothing in the refrigerator, man. We went down to the tree across the street, stole some apples off of it.
Stole some apples off a tree.
Yeah, one our tree.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Mama made a nice apple pie, man. I went to the store and stole some cinnamon because we need some cinnamon, had some sugar. Made a nice pie, man. That was a good birthday for us.
All right, let's get to this boy's birthday.
And his daddy surprised him. He got him strippers for his birthday party.
I mean, don't you think your boy's a little young for that, man?
And you could at least waited till he's 14, man.
Yeah, man, maybe 16?
Yeah. He's probably a little bit too young for at 12, man, but 14, I was ready to penetrate. You gotta let these boys mature a little bit.
I was reading this article about what happened, and I was looking for that video. I wanted to see the video because the pictures in the video, the kid looked, man, he didn't look 12. He looked like he was 9. Don't look like he hit puberty yet.
I want y'all to pay attention to this. But in a sense, I guess I can understand, and I'm going to tell you why I can understand, because when men have sons and their sons get to an age where their hormones are starting to develop and all that type of stuff, and they come to their fathers and say, Dad, I kind of feel weird down there, like some stuff is going on, I don't know what's going on, and the father is beaming with joy. Oh my God, yes. First of all, my son's not a fag, so I'm happy about that. Whoo, thank you, Lord. Thank you. Let me give you a hallelujah. Where's it at? They be saying this shit right here. Where is it at?
Hallelujah, ha ha ha.
And that's one thing. And
You wanted it,
okay.
and you got it.
You what?
You wanted it,
And you what?
and you got it.
And that.
They're happy and excited that that's not the case. But then it's like, now I get to share my paraphernalia that my father shared with me. So all of the Playboy magazines, all of the Hustler magazines, and this type of behavior that is going on here is not even teaching young men how to show up in totality for women. They just see women as sexual fucking objects that make their dick hard, because again, in a patriarchal society, a lot of men want the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power. And then when you get the motherfucking power, you get the motherfucking respect. And once you have all those three things, fuck the Holy Trinity of Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Once you have those three trinities, guess what you now have unlimited access to? Pussy. They don't teach these men how to show up for their significant other in a mental and emotional way, since women are emotional, and that's exclusively female and exclusively women. Not in a way to actually strengthen the bond, the relationship between their son and their girlfriends. Okay? So again, this is okay. This is all right, because this is seen as a rite of passage for men in this society. And especially now today, and I'm going to read the comments, because the comments, even though this video is 5 years old, the comments still ring the same sentiment that a lot of fear-based men feel, because they are the ones that are ignorant about queerness, and because men are just sexual, unfortunately, not in nature, but just overly sexual and hypersexual because of this society, because of shit like this, that they assume that when gay men have sex, that's all it is, just a sexual aspect, not realizing there's more to it. It's a lot of bullshit, y'all. And we calling this out. So again, if we're going to have the conversation, we're going to have the real conversation. There are plenty of times where I asked questions and my questions got skipped over. Whether I was on a panel or whether I was in the comments, nobody wants to listen to the PHAG, because why is the PHAG here anyway? Because he's only here to cause discourse and chaos. I mean, that's what the Bible says. That's what my pastor, my reverend, my bishop said. Anyway, let's continue with the video.
Could at least wait for him to hit puberty. Yeah. I would say 16. But then again, I ain't gonna be throwing no party for my son 16 with some strippers.
Well, you ain't no millionaire.
Well, I got the money to do
these
it.
millionaires, man, they different, man. They different from us, man.
But see, that's another thing.
We stewards. You see what I'm saying? Stewards do different things with the family. He's big time. He's millionaire. Millionaires do different things for the family.
No, I was just saying I got the money to do it. It's like, I know my wife wouldn't go for that. You know what I'm saying? My wife wouldn't go for that. I go out there and pick the strippers, bring them back, have his little parties, little birthday cakes, gifts, cards, and strippers.
Sound like
you should have waited till he was 18.
Sound like a damn good birthday to me. Nah, man, 18's too old, man. You gotta break him in early. 16, man.
No, 18, Kevin.
Nah, man, you crazy as hell.
So you gonna get your son strippers on 16 when he's 16?
I might, if I'm a millionaire.
Man, you ain't gonna do that.
What do you mean I ain't gonna do it? When you get money, it changes it to mine.
Channing gonna let you do that?
She probably let me do it.
Did you just hear what I said about the money and the power and the respect? And you wonder why there's this whole high value type of man, because there is this sort of attempt to be excluded, which means you're not exempt. You're not exempt. I mean, that you are, you are exempt from certain things. So if you become a millionaire now, you can go ahead and give your young ass child strippers and stuff. I mean, we see this all the time. We ain't even got to talk about it in an explicitly sexual way like strippers. When we see a little toddler kiss a little girl on the cheek, oh my God, that's so cute. That's his little girlfriend. We play into it. When I used to go to church, I had grown ass women calling me their girlfriends. Oh, that's my little boyfriend. Bitch, what? We'll take kids to goddamn what is it? To Hooters. I mean, come on, y'all. Y'all not calling this out either. That's why I'm like, if we're gonna talk about the children thing, I'm okay with talking about the children thing. I'm okay with, oh, let's have conversations to protect the children, but y'all not having the authentic 360 conversation. Y'all just want to protect heterosexual children and allow the queer children to have whatever happens to them. Queer people are calling y'all bluff because, again, the queer people who survived their childhood experiences that were very destructive, and unfortunately, a lot of us did not make it. So now that we're here and we're trying to have these conversations to have healthy expressions of queerness for queer youth growing up, the next generation, so they don't have to go through the same bullshit that we went through. Now you look at it today with the laws and everything, there are laws being put into place. There was a law in Alabama that is trying to outlaw public homosexuality. What the fuck is public homosexuality? And then in the bill, there are these terms. Oh, youth, someone under the age of 17. And they throw homosexuality in with things that are lewd and lascivious, and it's so broad. We understand what the hell's going on, and y'all sit up here and think that we don't. That's what happened with the fear. People fear what they don't understand, and they hate what they fear, and that fear is actually destroying other people's lives, even for young children who are not even affirming that they're fucking gay. Did y'all not just hear the comment that I read in the last fucking part, a segment, or the first segment of or the information or evidence that I gave about how someone said, oh, I wasn't gay, but my father just felt like it was time for me to be a man at fucking 12 years old, bro. Are you kidding me? Let's continue the video.
What? Candy's a small woman, man. Doing it for the kids, man. Doing it for the kids.
Well, I was reading a lot of comments like on Twitter. Looked like the majority of the people was upset as women. Guys, I didn't see too many guys chime in. I did see some, but most of them are just women saying, this is a horrible father, this and that. See, guys, we think differently than women. Yeah, and women, they just get jealous, man. That's all that is, they jealous.
They jealous. How they jealous?
Because them strippers are probably fine, man. They wish they could be strippers. You know how women are, man. No, well, some women don't like other women being strippers. They say it,
Degrades society?
Degrades women. You know, like feminists. That's a damn noble profession, if you ask me. It's putting money in an economy. It's economy. That's what I said. Say it again. Economy, man. Take away all the strippers, all the prostitutes, all the porn. This country going down. No, it ain't, man. Yeah, man, it drives the economy, man. Like, I took my son to that one movie, Sausage Party, right? I knew it was a dirty movie. Yeah, but dirty. At the end, my kid, I think, how old was he when I took him now? I think he was like 12, 13. Man, you took your kid to see that, man?
Yeah.
How you get him in the theater, man? Well, adult, you going in with adult. I'm adult. Right? See, that's the same way of thinking that damn millionaire was doing. Me and my wife took them now, but at the end, when they all the characters start having sex, it was gay sales, all kinds of stuff. I looked at my son, he was real uncomfortable, looked like he was gonna cry. I felt bad. I felt real bad. I said, man, this ain't right. I did this boy wrong. Hey, you remember when we was little kids, man? Daddy went to take us to go see Porky's. Dude stuck his mushroom tip to a wall. Had all kinds of nudity. Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
But how old was we, Kevin?
Man, we was about 11. Man, we wasn't no 11. What do you think, we was 14? Was like 9 probably. Cause they put us up under the car seat. Shut up! Just talking too much. Man, you could have waited till the damn boy was 18. 6 months ago, after several arguments, I gave in and let her get a boob job.
Okay, that's another video. Let me read the comments to y'all real quick, okay, on the video. And it reads, someone says, amazing father, amazing parenting. Someone else says, what an amazing father. He should get a best father ever award. Another person says, epic dad, give that man a trophy, okay? Someone else said, Kevin really stay out here dry snitching on himself when they were kids. So literally just telling the goddamn truth. Someone else said, haha, I wish I had my 12th birthday party like that. Someone else said, gotta teach him when he's young. With all these gender confusions, gotta make sure he likes them women. Someone else said, that's good parenting. It's about time they start doing it right. Someone else says, that dad said it was for his kid, but we know that the dad enjoyed it in the end, of course. Someone else says, that's a good dad right there. Someone else says, sounds like an amazing father. Again, someone else says, this man deserves a Father of the Year award. If I would have got that at 12, I'd be happy as hell. Okay, someone else says, I guess it's okay to sexualize young boys. Society is so hypocritical here in the West. I wonder how people would react if it were male strippers and a 12-year-old girl. These grown women are okay with doing things to a little boy. Someone else says, that's a good dad, making a man of his son. That's a good father right here. He's getting the 2018 Most Valuable Dad Award. Okay? Someone said, my father stripped me of childhood when he left us. Goddamn. Someone else says, if that doesn't get him a world greatest dad mug, I don't know what will. Okay? Someone says, realest dad out here. Dad helping son bust all kinds of nuts. Okay? Best father ever. All right? Greatest dad ever. Okay? Damn, I so wish I was that kid. I'd never talk back to my dad if he did that for me when I was 12. Now that's a good dad, doing it for the kids. With the world the way it is today, good for the dad. Okay? I can keep going on. What a legend. Okay? What else we got? Wow. I wish my 12th birthday party was like this as a kid. The realest MVP. Wow. Let's read y'all comments. Oh my God, let the mom do this for her daughter for her 11th birthday. Straight black men, some would have a problem with it, but patriarchy, misogyny, homophobia is a problem within the black community. The energy would be definitely different. That's the problem with letting the boys be boys. What children grow up seeing is what they will become. Toxic parents equals toxic children. Ron says it's traditional heterosexual rituals where fathers or male figures expose their boys to sex early to encourage them to not be gay. Then that cycle will continue on if you don't stop toxic masculinity. Guys like Bootsy and Blueface are prone examples of that. Okay? My sister and I had this conversation the other night about my nephew, and he just turned 17 yesterday, and I noticed the women her age kept mentioning how handsome he is. My sister wasn't having it, okay? It's very uncomfortable, and their ignorance shows. They said 16, absolutely not. 20 is when you need to be going to the club and doing stuff like that if you want to. What's up, King Harold? King Harold says, I just came in. I don't have full context, but it's really sad how black people literally condone molestation and statutory rape, all in the name of preventing LGBT plus kids. That's where we are as blacks. Again, queer people don't have to make this shit up. But see, when we start having conversations like this, then all of a sudden there's the moving of the goalpost, there's pussyfooting around. And like I said, I pride myself on being honest, even accepting honest things or truths in my life that are difficult for me personally. But because I'm doing that internally and I'm applying truth to my life and learning that even though truth is what it's going to be, it's supposed to set you free. When we start having these conversations that build context and nuance, it becomes an issue. I am sick and tired of people getting into echo chambers and having the same ignorant conversations, and then when the queer people pull the fuck up to have the conversation, it's quiet or we're being hit with the same talking points that we've been hearing since the 60s and the goddamn 70s. Where is there going to be any sort of change? And yes, some of you will have queer children, because queerness is a part of this reality, regardless of what your interpretation of a book might say. But even when queer people bring forth the information, even when queer people go into these spaces to try to dissolve the fear that the majority has ignorantly, despite us having proof, evidence, videos, articles, statistics, experiences, and we live in the information age and the technological age, which means that all this shit is being recorded. Ain't no he say, she say, bitch. It's gonna be what the fuck we saw that's happening. And we can have all of that, and it's still not enough, because I can use the privilege of my religion, and I can use it as a privilege of speaking my opinion. An opinion is like, hey, I don't like vanilla ice cream, and that's it. But when you start saying, oh, that vanilla ice cream is going to have you fucked up, that vanilla ice cream is going to have all this going on, and if people start eating vanilla ice cream, people are going to stop eating chocolate ice cream, and that's not an opinion. That is you projecting your bullshit onto other people. And y'all use the children as a shield to hide your bigotry, to hide your fears, to hide your ignorance, because again, the same talking points have been said for the longest time, for decades. And then again, when you have queer people like myself, who they did not affirm their queerness until they were older, but they understood what was going on internally and had to deal with, okay, I'll give you this. When I was younger, like I said, the first time I heard PHAG was in church. And the time I heard that word, or the time I saw, that word being enforced in the societal interpretation of that, was from my heterosexual male peers who would whoop my ass, who would choke me out, who would jaw the fuck out of me, who would jump Me. And where did they learn this shit from? This wasn't something innately in them to be like, he's gay, or I perceive him as gay, I'm gonna whoop his ass. He had to learn that from somewhere. And then come to find out that down the road as adults, some of the people who motherfucking bullied me are queer them damn selves. Like, you can't make this shit up. And because of your fear, that fear is actually destroying your children's lives, especially if they are queer. And like I said, y'all don't want to know about queerness. You don't want to have a queer child. You don't want your children around queerness. And if you are going to stand strong in that, then I would rather you just be open and honest and stand in the fact of just saying that you are also homophobic. Wear the goddamn sash of homophobia. Especially if you feel like you're on the right side of nature, if you feel like you're on the right side of the God, and if God be for you, no one can be against you, then wear the fucking sash and wear it proudly. Again, we're going to be on Black Men Unfiltered Network on Tuesday. Please make sure y'all are in the building. Also, I'm still brainstorming some questions because, like I said, it's going to be a cross-examination. It ain't going to be no interrogation. We've heard y'all perspective. Now it's time for y'all to hear ours. So if you have any questions that you would like people who are homophobic to answer or attempt to answer, please make sure you DM me, okay, on Instagram. And my social media handles are in the description box below. So, yeah, I want to keep this kind of short. I kind of like the fact that I do short videos sometimes a little better than the longer ones because the longer ones give context and nuance. And I understand in this society today, we're very microwavable. We don't really have great attention spans. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to balance it out here. But anyway, thank you for coming in, King Harold. Shout out to Queen Amber in the building. Shout out to Style by Stevie, Queen Stevie. Okay, shout out to Ron in the building. Shout out to those who showed up. Shout out to those in the bushes because I know that y'all in the bushes and y'all watching. Y'all not watching or listening to understand for the most part. You're just watching to see what's going on because we understand that in the dark, y'all will watch. But then when it comes to being in public, y'all will be fearful. And I mean, when coming from a person who used to live in the closet, I know how closet energy is. And queer people know it too. And I'm letting y'all know there is no fucking closet to go back to. There's either freedom or death. And we're going to die someday anyway. That is the inevitability of all of our lives. But until then, we're going to live. And if you don't like the way that someone is living, then maybe you should focus on how you live. And again, if we're going to be about the children, let's be about all the children. I heard someone say, oh, well, how about if we could just let kids be kids, and then when they get older, they'll discover their own stuff organically. Are y'all ready to do y'all part? Are y'all ready to do y'all part on not trying to sexualize your children into heterosexuality? Are y'all ready to stop the PDA that you show in front of your children? Are you going to stop kissing your significant partner, slow dancing with your significant partner, holding your significant partner's hand to make sure that your child has an organic experience about their sexuality? Are y'all simply going to remove all of the sexual influences on television? That means all the movies gotta go, all the television shows gotta go, all the commercials gotta go, all the Disney classics have got to go. We can't even take our children to the not a museum, but to a zoo because of the sexual interaction between animals. Like, are y'all ready to do that? And I already know the answer, and y'all know the answer too. So instead of trying to pussyfoot and trying to sit up here and trying to walk around it and want to be close to the line and not go over it. Go over the fucking line, especially if that's what the fuck you believe. Just say, I don't want no fag shit around me or my child, and if that means I'm homophobic, god damn it, I'll be homophobic. I'd rather y'all just say that than this cringy attempt to prove that you're not homophobic, but then when you speak, what comes out of your mouth is homophobic. Your energy is homophobic. You don't have any sort of mental or emotional awareness to see what you're talking about, and a lot of black men don't have that because of the way they've been raised. Again, there's a difference between masculinity, divine masculinity, and toxic masculinity. Divine masculinity knows what it is. It knows who it is. It stands strong in who it is. It is not intimidated by anybody else. It knows what its own image is. And it also allows the divine feminine to be what the fuck divine feminine gonna be. Because at the end of the day, even though we live in this system that is patriarchal and that caters to men, if it wasn't for women, and y'all say this to homosexuals all the time, we wouldn't be here. Queer people, queer men understand that. I think the reason being is because we don't want to fuck females, so we have more of an awareness than a heterosexual man does when it comes down to females. I'm praying for all black men, not just heterosexual, even some queer black men. Black men are the last to heal. A lot of black women had to pick up the motherfucking mantle to keep the black community together. A lot of the feminine energy expressed through queerness had to motherfucking step up to the plate to keep blackness together. Again, Bayard Rustin, I think his Netflix movie comes out either this month or next month, and I'm going to watch that and give my review on it. James Baldwin, okay? What's her name? The black trans woman, what's her name? Damn. Who was implemented in the whole Stonewall? Marsha P. Johnson. Black queer people have been implementive, okay, and have played important roles, imperative roles in the advancement of the black community. And what the fuck y'all not gonna continue to do is what a lot of white people have done to us, which is y'all use us to fuck up and then tell us to leave our humanity outside, just like the black church. Come in, direct my choir, come in and sing in the praise team, come in and do what you can to help set the atmosphere so that when the collection plate time comes, baby, we don't get the shit that jingle, but get the shit that fold. But as far as your humanity, as far as you wanted to bring your partner into the house of God because y'all both want to establish a relationship with the Heavenly Father, leave that shit outside. Don't bring it in the vestibule. Don't bring it in the downstairs fellowship hall. Leave that shit outside in your car. But what would happen if all queer people just decided to walk out of churches? What if queer people decided, you know what, fuck y'all, we just gonna pour it into queerness? Baby, the black community at large will fall apart. Y'all gonna give us our motherfucking roses. And our roses don't smell like boo, boo, boo. Because the gays know how to motherfucking fleet and clean that ass out to where ain't no trace of that. But see, y'all wouldn't know that because y'all don't have gay sex. Or at least y'all fucking with some caveman ass niggas that like that nasty goddamn shit. But anyway, thank y'all for watching and listening. I appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button because that is going to help this channel the most. It helps this channel to grow on the algorithm so that we can reach other individuals, because again, I'm not trying to have no argument. I ain't doing no shit for no ego boost. I'm literally trying to establish community, and I want to connect with those who are like-minded, who are willing to face the fear, face the lines of division, help destroy it so we can pay attention to what's happening to all of us collectively. Because at the end of the day, when the shit really hits the fan and we all get splattered, girl, ain't gonna be no kumbaya then because we had the time. Now it's just gonna be straight up destruction. Hell, we already going to hell, girl, so I guess we might as well go ahead and prepare for the fucking trip. We had a choice to get out the fucking way, and now that we've been hit, girl, we gonna talk all our shit. If you like the vibe over here on BubzDaGawd, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell and click all so that you stay up to date with all of my uploads and my lives, okay? And if you feel compelled, you can definitely hit that Cash App at the bottom of the screen, $ BubzDaGawd, okay? Make sure to follow me on my social media handles on Instagram and TikTok. Everything is BubzDaGawd, okay? Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll be seeing y'all on Tuesday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on the Black Men Unfiltered Network. Peace.
Love never dies, just choose to be born again.
The
Hell
home
no.
team things?
In no way. Ain't never been a representative for me, so speak for you, my brother.
Honey, I represent all the men here. Anyway, that vibe would never leave you, nor forsake you.
So that
wow.
vibe. So
This is for faggots.